Good morning. I mean, it's not morning anymore. Hey, everybody, how are you doing? So, I've got my cup of coffee. Actually, I have tea this time. Got to get my caffeine in the afternoon to get me another boost to keep going. This one's in honor of what we're going to do today, Santa. So, I'm going to have a good sip of this. And I'm going to wait and see. Okay, it looks like we are live now, so that's perfect. Let's see who's already here. Tammy's here. Okay, cool. All right. So, I'm ready to get started pretty soon. We'll wait for a few minutes to have some people join us, hopefully. I got a kind of a cool project to show you today. I've already done one side of it. It looks like this. Okay, I know it looks backwards for you guys, but it's not backwards actually here. But anyway, I'm going to make this on the other side as well because some of you probably know that I have twin grandbabies. Going to be going to see them pretty soon. They're just going to be 3, so they won't quite get this. But what I thought I could do was have this on both sides. One side could be the little boys, and one side, which I'm going to do for you today, could be the little girl side. So, hi Chow, how are you? Welcome. So what I'm going to use on this project is, hey Deanna, I'm going to use this stuff from Cricut, and I'll explain more about this again when more people get here. But I'm going to use it, oh, you can't see it right there. It's called the Dry Erase Vinyl, and it's really cool because you can put different things on this little plaque that I made. And let me bring you down. Oh, you can't even see me. All you see is that. Let me fix that. Hey, let me say hello again. So, as I was saying, I've got the coffee cup that I need to have Santa Claus in honor of the project for today. And the project for today, in case you didn't see it because I didn't have the right screen on, is this. Okay. And it's probably backwards for you, but it's really not backwards. Pretty soon I'll figure that part out. But right now, this is what we're going to make. And the white part right here is made out of the dry erase board. So in other words, as it gets closer to Christmas, you know, kids can write on here whatever day. I can't write sideways like that, but however many days it is until Christmas, if they're doing the Christmas countdown. The other thing that they could do is maybe have a wish list, or it could say, rather than Christmas countdown, so many more days, something like that. But I think it'll be a lot of fun here. And by the way, those of you out west, my daughter lives out west too. She wrote to me today and sent me some pictures. They have snow where she lives. So she kind of lives in the mountains. Anyway, so what we're going to work on today is this cool little wall hanging, I guess you could call it. Oh, and the other idea I had, remember how I showed you how to make coasters out of these pieces of wood that you could get from Lowe's. They were samples. I thought this would be cool too if you just wanted to make small ones and each child could have it in their own bedroom. And I think that'd be kind of cool if they had it with their own marker, and every morning or every evening before they went to bed, you know, they could mark on here and say what it is. So you would just have to make the same design, just make it a little smaller. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. So let's look down here first, and let me show you. Oh, it's hard to turn. All right. And I see it still looks up or backwards for you guys, but this is what it is. And I think it's super cute. On my Facebook group, I was asking people, do you think I should have 4 lines of this ribbon or just 2? And before I went here, I saw that most people were saying probably just 2. I'm thinking like maybe if it were thinner, 4 would look cute. But since the ribbon that I have is this fat, I decided to just do 2 because once I went around and I sampled what it was going to look like with 4, it looked like it was too much to me. But I just used this ribbon. Where was this from? I'm not even sure. Hobby Lobby or Michael's, one of those. Might be Joann's. And I just cut it off to the size that I needed. And then, to make sure it didn't fray, what I did was I used this stuff, Fray Check. Maybe you're familiar with it. probably got this at Joann's. It's called Fray Check. F-R-A-Y, because it's probably backwards for you. Fray Check. Comes in a little bottle like this. And what it does is it just makes it so these ribbons aren't going to fray and get all ugly. And by the way, if you're wondering how I got these ribbons attached here, I used my handy dandy little double-sided tape thing, my ATG gun, which I use a lot, and I'll show you later if I get around to putting the ribbon on the other side. But as I said, since I have the twins, I thought it would be kind of cool if I made one of these on each side. Then they won't fight over who gets to write on the thing today. So as you can see, it does work. I can write hi on here. That will be backwards, of course, for you. And then just easily erase it with the dry erase board vinyl. So it's pretty cool. So let's just say there's 25 more days until Christmas. Thankfully, there are not that few. So let's see who's here. I see Chow and Tammy, Stephanie. Stephanie, that was beautiful what you did with your card. Carmen, Crafter, Catfar. Cool. Right, getting a few people in here right now. It's a little bit later than what it usually is. I was just trying to make sure I was prepared. So let me show you how I got started doing this. And I got this from Joann's, and I have links actually to Joann's down below my videos, and Hobby Lobby and Michael's. They're all affiliate links of mine. If you purchase through my links, I make a teeny tiny commission, and it helps me to be able to buy these things for my samples that I do for you. So this one was from Hobby Lobby. No, this one was from Joann's. It says it was $4.99, but I bet when I bought it I used a coupon or it was on sale or something like that. So let me get out my ruler. I usually have about 5 tape measures, 5 tape ones around here. I must have worn them all upstairs because there's nary a one down here now. So I've got to resort to this thing. So I'm going to measure this, and actually it tells on my label here it's 6.02 inches, so a little over 6 inches. So what I've decided to do was to make, I want about a 1/2 inch on all sides, so I'll probably make my thing inside about 5.5 inches square, because I think that that would work pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead, let me have another sip of my Santa Claus tea. I hope you have your cup of something. Kind of a nice little afternoon break. Okay, so let's go up here. And here we go. And also we will have this SVG available for you on the website sometime early this evening. And this is what I've made. And again, I've already resized this one because I want it to fit. But the way I did that was, I just came over here to the left-hand side where the drawing tools are. I'm going to just grab the rectangle and bring it over here and draw out a rectangle. Now, as I said, cold tea. I've got really sweet, sweet hot tea. I like mine hot. Okay, so I'm going to make this, what did I say? I think I said 5.5, or not 55, 5.5 inches wide and 5.5 inches tall. It is good. All right. So here's the square into which I'm going to have to fit this and my text for it to fit nicely in my project. So that means that looks like I'm going to have to resize this guy. See if I did this properly. Yep. And I'll probably just go ahead and make this the inside, the fill part up here in the upper left-hand corner. The one on the very left is the fill. I'm going to make the fill transparent because I don't really need to see it. This is just for me to have a guideline of how big to make my project. So to make it transparent, I just go to this little thing right here. It looks sort of like a checkerboard-ish. And click on that. And now it shows up nothing. It's transparent. I could change the line color of the outer edge if I wanted to, and that is done right here. So on the left-hand side is the fill of the object, and then on the right-hand side is the color of the line. And I'll show you. I'll change the line to purple. And I'm going to make the line size bigger so you can see it right now. So that's the point size right here. It's going to make it bigger so that you can see that, yeah, I really truly did make it purple. A big old purple line there. Look at that. Alright, so I'm going to go back out. There we go. And I'm going to go, yeah, thanks Nightbot. Please share this and maybe some more people will come and join us. The more the merrier. Matter of fact, I should have shared this myself with our Facebook people, but I forgot. Anyway, I'm going to make this line size or point size when I click on this back to 0 because it's just for reference for me. Hit enter on my keyboard. There we go. Okay. Oh, and look, I had one over here. It was bigger. I must have decided I could do it bigger before. Let's see, what did I do? Hey, I did 6.250. Let me get this measuring device back out. See this. Why did I think I could do 6 1/4? Oh, that's how big the actual area is that I have. But I don't want to go all the way to the wooden edge, so that's why I have this like that. Okay, so this is actually what we want right here. So I'm going to take this guy up here, and as I said, I'll have the free SVG for you in our library. All you have to do is subscribe to the newsletter, and you'll get a newsletter that will give you the code to get into the library and get all of the free things. All right, so I'm going to bring this up here. And that's all I have to do is bring that up there because this is an SVG that's just ready to go. So I know if I put it up there, but maybe I'd rather have my text up above. The other thing I was thinking of doing was putting 2 lines of text, like Levi's wish list or Layla's wish list or Patty Ann's wish list. Hey, that's a good idea, y'all. Make one of these and hang it around your house with your own wish list on it. Ah. I think I have a good idea there. But anyway, all I did next was I just came over to the text tool and just came over here and started typing, and I guess I'll just have it say, well, I'll do the same thing again because I already have these cut out for you, and I'm going to put it together for you to see so you can see how easy it is. And I had it say Christmas Countdown. So that's what I'm going to do again. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, all in caps. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, Christmas Countdown. Obviously it went on 2 lines like that, which I do not want. So I'm going to stretch this back out like this till they both fit on the same line. And then I've got to make it smaller. So when I click on it, I get all of the little boxes, the little white boxes all around. Your wish list is on Amazon? Cool. Ah. All right. So I'm going to take these boxes and move it down like that. So I can make it the size I need it to be to fit under here nicely. And I don't know. What font is this? This is Arial. What I think I probably used was, again, that one that I really like. Oh, no. I might have used, oh, I did. I used Freshman. Here's Freshman right here. And now I'm going to have to go over this again and stretch it out because I thought that one was a little too light weight for this. However, this is looking a little bit odd right now. Guess I could stretch it down like this a little bit. And then I want to make it so it's going to fit really nicely inside of my frame. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see. I think that's pretty much all I would have to do to make this. Now, to make this in Cricut, or not in Cricut Design Space, with my silhouette, all I would need to do, and I can probably get rid of these over here. Hopefully I won't be making a mistake. I better leave them. I'll just leave all this extra stuff over here. I'm going to go to Send. All of these things are over here that are colors that are used in this. One of the things that I did do, and I failed to show you, I think I've already done it, is I grouped the colors together. And let's see if I did do that. Okay, I've got to ungroup first. Then I do believe, yep, I did. I grouped the colors together. So and that's perfect, and that's very useful when you're doing vinyl, to group all the colors together, because then you can just cut them in one area and they'll be exactly where you need them when you pick it up with the transfer tape to put it down. So that's what I did there. I grouped them by color perfectly like that. And the way you do that in this program is you can come up here to Edit, Select by Color, or, hey Kim, welcome. You could come over here to the paint palette right here up at the top where my cursor is. Click on that, and that automatically opens up this Select by Color. Oftentimes it opens up where it says by line, but for this you actually want it to be by fill. So I would go ahead and select, say, all the black. See, it puts lines around all the black. Then all I'd have to do is right click and say group. Okay, that brought the black to the top, which I don't really want. So what I could do is just right click on it and say send to the back. Oops, send to back, there we go. And then I could go ahead and get any other colors that I know are like the white. That's going to put something all around all the white, but I've already grouped that together, so it's already done. But this is what I would do if I hadn't already done it. I would come to the facial tone, the skin color. Right after it gathers all of the pieces over here, again I would right click and say group. Now notice group is grayed out. So I'm not able to group it because it's already grouped. So I don't need to do it again, or I can't even. So these are all ready to go now. So I'm going to X this out. And then I would just go to send. And then over here in this panel, I have it selected by fill. And the first thing that I would probably do is the backmost layer, which is the black. Oh, and this layer right here, that was just our little bounding box, so we knew where or how large we could make our project. So I don't need that layer at all. Nothing. No way, no how. So I'm going to start with the black. I'm going to put it up in the upper left hand corner of my mat. And if you look here, over on the right hand side, I'm going to click where the black is right here. Notice tool number 1 is selected. But right now the tool that's selected is the Ratchet Blade. See this? You can tell by the symbol what it looks like. I'm going to use the Auto Blade. I don't need this word either. Wait, let's get rid of one of these. Let me go back to the design and ungroup. I must have another one hidden back there. There it is. Oh, did I do it on 2 lines? I did do it on 2 lines. That's why it looks better. Let me get rid of this one. I like it a little larger like that. I did like it better like that for sure. I don't know. Maybe y'all like it better this way. Anyway, it'd be something you can play with. You want it on 2 lines, 1 line, bigger text, smaller text. All right, so the black is what I'm going to do first. So again, I'm going to come up here to send. And notice if I click off of the black, first of all, you can see a little black darker line around the text and around this shape. When I uncheck the black, notice what happens. That'll go away. You see that? So that little darker line around there means that that's what's going to cut. Okay? So I'm going to cut the black first. But again, I changed the blade to an auto blade. Now I want to show you something that I've done. I have some vinyl here that I have no idea where it came from or what it is. So I did a test with this vinyl. Now I know it's vinyl, I know it's not HTV, and I know it has a matte finish. But I wasn't exactly sure on what settings to cut it or if this was going to be perfect because there's so many different kinds of matte vinyl. So I did a test, And to do the test, all you do is come down here to the lower right hand side where it says test, and it would just cut a little test up in the upper left hand corner of your mat with a square and a triangle inside. And if those weed very, very easily, you will know that you have the right setting. If they don't weed easily, you'll know that you can change the setting a bit. And so maybe what I should do is turn on my machine so you can see a little bit of what you can change. There we go now. All right. Did you see now this changes so that it's the auto blade, vinyl mat. But what I have discovered, and now's when I want you to look down here. Whoopsie. Okay. What I've discovered is for this vinyl, and this is probably all backwards for you guys if you can even see it at all. But this is something I suggest you do if you have a crazy vinyl, you're not sure what it's going to cut with and how well it works with this setting and that setting, especially if you have a maker. I hear some people having trouble with those. So what I do is I put the name of what I used on my cutting device, and I put the settings that I have. So my first one here is how deep the knife is cutting, the blade. This is the force, and this is the speed. So if you look, well, let's go back to my thing. All right, so that means that for vinyl mat, I've already changed this. If I say revert right here, it's going to revert to the original settings. So watch what's going to happen. Right now this is a 4, a 10, and a 5. When I say revert, look it went to a 2, a 10, and a 5. And when I did my test with my blade just set on a 2, it didn't work that well. So I went ahead and I put it up to 4. And as I said, I wrote that on my vinyl. And if I happened to cut where that writing was, I rewrote it in another place in the vinyl that I'm going to save for another project. So I don't have to think all the time, drive myself nuts. So that's what I did for that vinyl. I also did it for the white vinyl because it was also, where's the white? There it is. Oh, no, I didn't do it for the white. I mean the red. I also did it for the red. For the white, it was something totally different. It was a lot thicker. This, the white, was this, which will be backwards probably again for you. But what I used was the Cricut dry erase vinyl. It's white dry erase vinyl and Cricut, and I love this stuff. This is a lot of fun. Look at some of the projects they show to do with it on mugs and stuff, where you can temporarily write people's names, make a menu, just all kind of somebody's locker at school. Just fun things you can do with it. So on this, what I discovered was that on the white, the vinyl right here, they have a vinyl white board setting, and it worked perfectly just as it was. I did a test cut, worked beautifully, I was ready to go. So that's just a little hint though. What I like to do is, because I drive myself nuts trying to remember things sometimes, so if you remember to put some labels, just write something on the back very quickly. It'll save you a lot of headache later. So let's see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put this together. So again, this is what we're shooting for. Of course, it's not going to be backwards, and trust me, I'm going to figure that out. I think it might have to do with the iPhone camera that I use and the fact that it goes through another program before it goes to YouTube. But anyway, you get the idea. You can see it. So I'm going to turn this over now and put it my direction so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to first of all get out my handy dandy isopropyl alcohol. I have the 91%, which is what I love, love, love to use, especially if I'm doing glassware. This really makes a big difference. Your vinyl will stick. Even when I've used just Cricut vinyl on mugs, it stayed. Even when I was putting it in the dishwasher, it really made a big, huge difference. So I'm just cleaning off all. Whee! Oh, alcohol stinks. Wee. All right. I gotta get a sip. Okay, So now I'm ready to go. So what I did was I cut out all my pieces and I weeded them already. And I stuck them in this little clip, because that's another thing I have a tendency to do. Lose all my little pieces that I'm using. Okay, because there's one in here that's very small. So now I can dare to take my clip off and put it over to the side. And I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do first, and second and third. Let's see, by looking up here at my sample. Okay. So if you look up here at my sample with me, you can kind of tell what's going to be my first layer down there, the black. So I'll probably put this piece and the Christmas countdown. And actually, when I did it earlier today, I didn't have them hooked together like I do here. So this will probably work okay. Okay, I said I had everything organized, but I thought I had my transfer tape hooked to that too. Oh, here it is, okay. Okay, what I actually did this morning, or this early afternoon when I made my first one, I didn't even use transfer tape on this first piece. I'm going to push my chair back so I can stand up, so I can look down on this and see, you know, that I'm getting it centered. So the first thing I did was I did just peel this right off of here. It's a big enough piece, just like that. Peeled it off, and I kind of centered it as best I could. Those of you who like everything perfectly, oh, I got it down. Don't want it down yet. I'm trying to get it back off. It's so sticky. Oh, okay. I really don't want to put it all down in one swoop like that. I want to go ahead and use my squeegee. So I don't want to get any bubbles in it if I can help it. Okay, there we go. Looks good. Got one little bubble there. Okay. Hang on one sec. I dropped my tape, which I'll need in a minute. Okay, so now we have that, and I'm ready to put the text on here. I'm going to make this like a little bit of a U shape, and just put it down in the center first, and go one way, and then the other. Okay, and what I like to do is go ahead and turn this over like this and burnish on the other side. And you see there's one of those labels I had for myself, so I knew what to cut this at. And again, since I've already cut this piece up now, I went ahead and wrote it on the next piece that's going to be used, or going to be saved to be used. Okay, now don't you give me any fits today there, buddy. Kind of like to press down with this hand right here as I'm going, because that kind of helps to make things stay right where you want them to. You know, one of the other things I think I might do is personalize these, put on the baby's names, one on each side. Oh, my daughter tells me they were fighting over their crayons today. They both have the exact same crayons in their own little packs, but of course they were fighting over the green. Anyway, so now I'll put this down here, just kind of eyeball it again. If it looks good to my eyes, it's going to look good to most people's eyes, I hope. And again, I'll just burnish this. And that should stick. I was afraid I spelled it wrong. There we go. Christmas countdown. Perfect. All right. Let's book back up here again. What's going to be next? Let's see. I think the next piece that I'll put will be the red. Yeah, I'll put the white last and the flesh even last. More last. All right. So I've got to get the red piece out now. I really think this is cute. And using this dry erase vinyl is a lot of fun. Alright, so I'm going to put the red piece on now. So again, I'm going to kind of make this into a U shape. Start on one side and burnish it down. And then go over to the other side. And then turn it on the back. And I'm going to start peeling it off the thicker side. One of these edges is really skinny, and so I think it's easier to pick it off. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Nightbot, for telling people. Yes, if you sign up for the newsletter, you will get the code to get into the library and get all the free files that we have there. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, again, I'm standing up, whoa, so I can see this well. And I'm trying to make a border on both sides that's about even. Okay, so I'll just do this side down first, and then come over and do this side. The thing I like to be most careful about getting bubbles or not getting bubbles in is the white piece. Just, there we go. All right. Ooh, I forgot to double check this piece right here, because when I transferred it on the transfer tape, it actually didn't come off right, and I just placed it there, so it might not be perfectly placed. But we'll see. So let's do the white now. Again, just kind of smush it down a little bit. Make a little U shape. Start maybe on one side. Oh, I'm sorry, Kim. Oh, hate that. Maybe if you leave and then come back, it will fix itself. Kim said her YouTube is just buffering. Is everybody else having that trouble? Okay, Stephanie's is okay. All right, so again, I'm going to start with the thickest part, and I know that's over here where the big square or rectangle is. So there's that coming off well. Okay, Kim, see you in a bit. She's going to come in. Okay, stay down there. So, is that IB Patty? Like IB? Like I am IB Patty? Oh gosh, look at y'all. I took that off so fast I lost his eyeballs. I didn't pay attention. Oh, let me get them separately. Hopefully I didn't just get them. Yes, I left his little eyeballs. Alright, let me put this on here now. Should pay attention. And I'm not sure now without the eyes where my spacing is. And I missed his beard. Heavens, the Murgatroyd. Y'all need to holler. Tell me pay attention. Like I am, yes. Oh, okay. I be Patty. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright, now I'm really worried, you guys, because I don't think I put that in the right space since I didn't have his beard or his eyes. But let's see what happens. Oh well, what you gonna do? I'm getting black on this from the marker. Oh, come on, Santy. Do it right. One eyeball. Can you see what I did? I must have moved those eyes somehow. I don't know. Heavens to Betsy. Let me just do his beard first. Piece by piece, I'll get him done. So, do his beard. Alright, let's go get his beard on here and see how he's gonna look. I think he'll be okay. He's just gonna have his eyes squished in there. There he is. And oh, I'm so pleased. I think that there's not a bubble, like one little bubble. All right, there's one little bubble in this white right here. So I'll put his eyes on just a sec. What I could do is try to work it out like this. Try to work it towards the side. If I'm unable to do that, what I'll do instead is get my pen or any kind of a pin that you have. Make just one small dot, and that will allow the air to escape, and your bubble will miraculously be gone. All right, let's tackle these eyes. I want to see where I have them. Ha! He looks kind of goofy. That's because I don't have his skin yet. Okay, let me put his eyeballs on first. I better not. I better put his skin on first so I make sure that his eyes fit. So let me get his flesh, his skin. Which child is going to get the one with the crazy looking Santa? I'll let my daughter decide that. Okay, I think this should go right here. Oh, see, it's not fitting perfectly, but it's going to be okay. It'll all be all right. There he is. Actually, he's looking kind of cute. Let's see if the eyes fit, though. Okay, they need to be moved apart just a tiny little bit. And, probably going to really make a mess now. So maybe I shouldn't even try. See, do they go this way? Look, he looks kooky. Or this way, he looks kookier. This way. He looks crazy. Tammy, you're nice. He's looking a little bit weird. Like you might be scared to have this Santa come to your house. You know what I think I'll do? I'll do one eyeball. Because the other one's not in line right. There we go. One eyeball done. Okay. Now I'll try to see where's this one supposed to go. I think like this. Okay, that worked perfectly. Yay, I'm glad I thought to do one at a time then. All right. Whew. So there it is. I think he turned out really cute. His beard could be moved down a little bit more so there'd be a little black edge around him, and I probably cannot do that manually, but let me... I don't know. I'm probably really making a mess now. Yeah, because I just tore that. So, put this back on there and leave well enough alone. There we go. Okay. So there he is. 25 more days. Aren't we glad there aren't just 25 more days? But that's how easy this is to make this. And again, we have the SVG for you, or I will have it shortly. We'll be putting it up on the website. I think it's really cute. I did it on both sides, as I say. Oh, I was going to show you how I put this stuff on here. Let me get my ribbon. So, I didn't want to use glue because I didn't want big glue blobs. So I just used my ATG gun. And all I did was I cut a piece much larger than I needed. Well, not much larger, but larger than I needed. Some scissors. And put it on the top and the bottom. I'll do the same on that side. Just got my ATG gun then. Wonder if there's a front and a back. Not really. So I started in the middle of this one, held it firmly down, and just went like this. Put this on here. And then on this side. And then Oh, this side's going to be a little different. Looky here now. I got this thing to worry about. Let's do the bottom part first because that's easy. But you know what I should do maybe? Why don't I do the sides? I could do that. Hey, and maybe they could tell whose was whose then, whether the ribbon was at the top or the bottom, or the sides. There we go, there's one. I'll make another, and then I'll trim those off, and I'll put on the Fray Check. Here's the other. Just here. So all I'm going to do then is, same thing I did before, hold this down tight. I think I like this side better. So I'm going to hold this side down tight and do this half. I love this ATG gun. You know, Tammy, some of you have been using the small ones, and once you get addicted to those, you'll be like, oh, I ran out of my tape so fast. Well, these last for a long, long time because look how big that roll of tape is. It's huge. So, all right, let's see. Let me do that. Whoopsie. Trying to center it. Probably would have been better if I used a thinner ribbon, maybe. I don't know. All right, so then the next thing I did, what I actually could do, if I have it right over here, yeah, I do. I actually could get this little blade out that I have and just carefully push this down and cut along here. So I have a nice, good cut. Unless, of course, my blade's not sharp. Okay, and I'm doing it right here on this self-healing mat, so it's not a problem at all. All right, there we go. Do it on the other side. Whoopsie. Okay, and one more. Perfect. And there we go. It's done just like that. I should take the price tag off. And that's kind of fraying right there. I'll cut that. Alright, so now I'll put some Fray Check on it and I'll be done. This is the Fray Check. Stops fraying on fabric and obviously then on ribbon as well. So let's put a little on this. I have the same. Okay, there it comes, I think. Yeah, there it goes. Oh. This stuff sort of smells like nail polish, so I'm wondering if that's really what it is. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember. Probably not. But back in the day when we used to wear hose or pantyhose, and if you got a runner, you used to put nail polish on it to stop it. So I'm thinking this smells just like nail polish, or smells like it-ish. I wonder if that's pretty much what it is, and it's stopping the running. Anyway, there's one side. I think I actually might like it on the sides better than on the top and the bottom. One side, and yeah, I do like it on the sides better, and there's the other. So that's it. Does anybody have any questions on how to do this? And again, this is just the dry erase board, so all you have to do is just erase it like this and put something else on with a dry erase marker. They make fine tip ones too. So if you're wanting to put your wish list on here, whoops, and you have a lot more than what'll fit, you can use the fine tip one instead. So that's it. Oh, you used it. Are you talking about the nail polish on hose? Yes, I've used nail polish on my hose. Ha ha ha, Tammy. Yes, you're that old too, huh? Well, welcome. Let me ask you this. Did anybody ever used to wear fishnet net stockings? Thanks, Chow. Yeah, I think this would be a good thing to make for you and your little boy. You could get this pretty cheap, and he could write the numbers on there. let me look back here and see what y'all were chatting about that I missed. Oh, so I'm sure, yeah, Tammy answered Kim about the charge of the software. Yeah, it is well worth it. Uh-oh, did Carmen have to leave? I see everybody saying, bye, Carmen. Okay. Oh, she has lots to do, darn. Okay, looking to see if anything else exciting. I hope y'all will share this. Give it a thumbs up. The more thumbs up, the better it is on YouTube for people to be able to see it and join us. Let's see. So Kim, when you came back, did your YouTube work better? When you left and came back? No fishnet stockings, Tammy. Only for Halloween. Ha! I wear knee socks all the time too. Even in the summer, I think with shorts, I used to wear knee socks. Yes, he would love it, I think, too, Chow. Oh, Carmen had to go. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you all again soon. Again, please give me a thumbs up, comment below, and check out the links down below. If you're in the mood to purchase something, I'd appreciate it if you use my links. It does give me a little teeny weeny commission. Sometimes the commission is like 3 cents for a purchase, but you know, every little penny adds up, and it helps to be able to purchase a thing so I can make some more examples for you guys, or, well, usually it's just samples that I have stashed up over there in a box. So, oh, and don't forget, I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but my sister Jean, I like to call her Jean Frida, because she hates the name Frida. Jean Frida is going to send me a mystery box, probably once a month, unless I can afford it more often than that. What she's going to do is, I told her she has a limit of money to spend that she can put in this mystery box, and I'm going to repay her. But she likes to design things or come up with ideas, and I'm not a very good idea person, but she's fabulous at it. Her home is so nicely decorated, and I don't know. Anyway, she's going to make me a mystery box and give me a project to do every month. So she's already purchased me a whole mystery box. She bought everything from Joann's. She's already bought it. It should be shipping. And I'll open it for you guys. I know that she told me she bought some Cricut vinyl, and I'm really not even sure what it all is. So we'll have to wait until it gets here. But I'm really excited because it's going to get me going, you know, something fun to do. So, anyway. Thanks, Chow. I'm looking forward to my sister working with me again. If any of you were here for a long time, a couple of videos my sister was in with me. We were just fooling around and crafting together. So, okay, is that it? Hey, Lori. Yeah, Charles Mandela was awesome. All right, I'm going to go now. Thanks again for joining me. See you all again soon. Bye-bye. Thanks, Stephanie. I know, right? Full-time crafting here. I love it, though. It's so much fun. So, thanks again. Bye, y'all. Thanks, Tammy. Bye.